honestly, in my whole business, I think it's the best use of money that I have, is having this reliable, very, very qualified, very on top of things VA, because then I get to be doing what I love rather than the headaches of some of the behind the scenes stuff. Over the last couple years, I've had different virtual assistants, all having pros to them, but overall maybe not quite the right fit. And so in working with Z, we first looked at how to find the right fit as to what kind of personality and skills and traits a VA would really complement me and my business. And so then from there, it took up the offer for her and her team to help find me that good fit, after getting the clarification. I'm smiling because when I first started working with Z, and then we were talking about how to find the right fit, I really didn't grasp this concept that I was running a business and had to be strategic in running a business. Because in therapy, I just kind of put my name on some insurance lists and people call and we're like, okay, do you want to come in? So this coaching piece, really learning business aspects, business development aspects, and her helping guide me as to what kind of CEO I am, and finding somebody that complements that, like a balance between working well together, personality, but also somebody that kind of fills in the gaps that I don't have as a leader. And so the first chunk was really understanding who I am in my business. And it was like mind-blowing because I had never thought, I'm like, oh, I just hire a VA. So then my confidence in Z, that, knowing that she was really understanding what it takes to be, to have the different team members based on strengths and personality and whatnot. She's already done this before and she's got a system for finding people. And then the other step that really intrigued me and ended up being great is her team doing the front end screening of these people. That was not then another task on my shoulders to have to go through all these applications and look at their history and their qualifications. And so that being taken off of my plate was a huge drawing, like a attraction to me to have Z's team help with that. I've actually learned how to delegate, which was not a strength of mine because I'm the type of person that likes to know how to do everything myself and do it myself. And so my VA and I, we know our personalities, we've gotten into the groove. And so I can be like, hey, here's what's going on. I can spit it out of my head and she can take it and sort through it and then ask me questions. And she's assertive to be able to ask me questions. She's assertive to say, hey, I don't get it, or I need more of this. I think in the past I had hired more people that kind of sat back and didn't ask those questions. I think a huge thing that's changed too is I'll have an idea or a task and I know it's going to get done. And so my stress level is so much lower. So it's like on the weekends, generally on the weekends, that's when I'm kind of in my creative zone and I'm getting through things. And so I send over a list to my VA for her to start on Monday. And I know by Monday night, half those things on the list are already going to be done. So it allows me then much more time to be in my creative zone to create the offers that I want to provide to clients versus being bogged down by how to set up an event on Facebook or how to put a Canva image together for social media, different kinds of things that I don't have to spend time on so that I can be more in my zone of genius. So if we actually rewind, Z and her team found somebody that was going to potentially be a good fit. And we went through, they screened, they did the initial interviews for that person. Then I did the interviews, we do a team interview and offered her the position. And a few days later, she declined it. something had changed in her life, that she was not going to be seeking employment anymore. Z's team was immediately on top of, okay, let's go through the other applicants. We've got some backup ideas. They just took care of all the headache with it, where the only thing I had to show up and do for both of those people was show up for the interview to see how I connected with them, and what I thought, and then create the contract once in the job offer once that happened. And so Z and her team was phenomenal in, okay, we've already got this built in that if it doesn't work, we keep going. And so taking off the load of, I've been a hiring manager before, and having to go through all the resumes and the applications, and then maybe something works out and not. So knowing when I was told that that's how the setup would be, and then the ease of how that actually happened, I mean, it just made everything worth it. And then to get the most amazing fit that I've gotten, honestly, in my whole business, I think it's the best use of money that I have, is having this reliable, very, very qualified, very on top of things VA, because then I get to be doing what I love rather than the headaches of some of the behind the scenes stuff.